Ukraine's President Zelenskyy, meanwhile, used Victory Day commemorations to call out Moscow, saying that it is now acting like Nazi Germany. He compared Vladimir Putin to Adolf Hitler and said Ukraine would eventually defeat Russia in the war.
On February the 24th, Russia launched an offensive, treading on the same rake every occupier who comes to our land treads on. We have been through different wars, but they all had the same end. Our land was sown with bullets and shells, but no enemy was able to take root here.
Well, in Odessa, in southern Ukraine, is our international correspondent, Annalise Borges. We can bring her in now. Good to see you there, Annalise. Now, that message from President Zelenskyy was released shortly before we heard from Russian President Vladimir Putin, and it seemed that it was very much an attempt to try and preempt the narrative that the Russian president put forward.
Absolutely. Volodymyr Zelenskyy chose a dramatic backdrop to deliver a dramatic message, walking through the streets of Borodyanka, one of the hardest hit suburbs of the Ukrainian capital, Kyiv. He spoke about the return of evil to this country. He said that slogan that we all heard so often growing up across Europe, never again, that never again only lasted 77 years for Ukrainians, that here we are witnessing some of the same atrocities that Europe witnessed back during World War II. He accused Russia for committing Nazi-style atrocities across his country. And of course, the sad irony could not be missed. The fact that Russia said that one of its objectives with this military operation here in Ukraine was to denazify this country. The Ukrainian president also appealed to European nations by likening some of the attacks that happened across European towns and cities in the UK, in France, in the Netherlands, to some of the bombings that are happening right now across Ukraine in urban areas. He was also very moved at times in that video and spoke with determination, saying that this is a crucial time for his country and for Europe. It was a very interesting recording. It was a very interesting deliver, of course, a black and white recording saying that life here now is very much black and white, is very much pale, is dark. Volodymyr Zelenskyy, who again accused Russia repeatedly of repeating some of the worst atrocities that this continent has seen.
And Annalise, what is the situation right now where you are in the south? Because I understand that the president of the European Council, Charles Michel, has also been visiting the city of Odessa.
Indeed, the president of the European Council made a surprise visit to Odessa. He met the Ukrainian prime minister, but also the Odessa mayor. He was here on a tour of the city. He was given a tour of the city. He got to see some of the infrastructure and the monuments that are barricaded. During one of his meetings, they had to actually call off talks and seek shelter because of the threat of bombings. There were reports of bombings and strikes happening in the outskirts of the city during that visit. Charles Michel said that he was here with one message only, to say that Europe, the European Union, stands with Ukraine, that this country is not alone. They were joined in the talks by the Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelenskyy, who called in and thanked Charles Michel for showing up here in such a symbolic moment for this country and for Europe. Everybody here, Elena, understood the symbolism of this time, and actually authorities across this country are very much on high alert. There's a curfew in Odessa right now and across the south of the country because many of the authorities here were fearing that Russia would step up its attacks.
All right, Annalise Borges in the southern city of Odessa in Ukraine. As ever, Annalise, good to talk to you. Thank you.